I'm finally at my camping spot, camping in a windstorm. I got my soup ready. It's just doing its soup thing. This is my setup here in the Honda Element. Can you hear how loud that is out there? It's so loud. But hey, desert windstorms. Okay, I gotta change the angle here, and I'll show a little bit more of this setup as I actually find the camping spot. So. Okay, I'm still in this spot. I'm at a little park, and it's kind of nice here right now, so I'm just kind of hanging out. But I was also thinking, like, I do see, and this has happened to me before, where, and you'll have to tell me what you think in the comments below, where although I love my Honda Element, it's so great for travel on the miles. It's made for camping. It's basically a little tent. You just lower the seats and you can use those for your beds. I have a different setup than that, and I'll show it to you, but I do realize if I wanted to have any more of my painting equipment, I only bought the very basics with me, because not all my other stuff like embroidery work and all of that, because it starts to feel too cluttered in this space. And I feel a lot better this trip by just taking the minimum. I didn't even bring my fridge freezer, as you know from my last video. The Honda Element is just, I really love this car. If I don't end up, getting land, and that's what I want to do, so we'll see. I said in the last video I would show the layout. The last video was doing my 3-year review of the Anchor 767 solar generator, or solar system, whatever you want to call it, solar battery. But I also explained some of the things I can run off of it, how much power each thing takes, and again, I don't have my fridge freezer this time, so instead of me getting 2.5 days, I could get anywhere from 5 to 7 days off of a fill without having to do the sun or plug it in somewhere. I did notice that this park here, which is really cool, I did notice they have some plugs here. So I will show the inside of the car. I'm just kind of parked here for a minute. I'm trying to relax. I'm very tired, and I'm charging I do have this cool thing. I actually found it somewhere, and I was like, I think I found it at, believe it or not, was this one at a Ross? But it's pretty cool. So it generates whenever I put in this sun, and then I have on the back, it has a sensor mode, or I can turn it all the way on. But if you do the sensor mode, this thing will censor if something comes too close to your car, and it lights up like Christmas with these 3 lights. And you can position them however you want them to spray light. But I've had that right now in my windshield. Little party, charging party, that's what I meant to say. And I'm waiting just to relax here for a little bit, and then we'll go get a spot, and I'll give you a little bit more of the tour of my setup for this trip. The deciding, like, do I do this more, or do I do what I'm ultimately looking for, which is some land that I can do art projects, big and small, and maybe build myself a little building. I think would be amazing to share on the channel, but we'll see, because right now, as per the name of the channel, Impromptu Life, it's all up in the air. Yeah.
using something called a Pula cloth, which she's probably aware of. If you don't know what they are, to both settings. And one is I'm really worried about environmental stuff, so I don't like to use a lot of baby wipes and
So that's basically the setup we have, like I have for this particular trip, and we're gonna see how this goes. The biggest difference is I don't have the refrigerator freezer with me, and a lot of art supplies that I had last time. I took out the seats to make the room, and it worked fine. I just, with the fridge freezer, I'm even closer to the ceiling, and I literally only have enough room to like climb into bed, and this one's okay. I could kind of sit up if I need to. I did make this bed extra fluffy this time, so it's a little short, but because you can do it if there's nothing on the seats, but I wanted to protect the seats, so. Okay, I barely have enough light yet. I have my reading book up here, the paints I decided to put in the front, and everything underneath the dash is my bathroom stuff. Then of course I'm on top of the seat that I folded down here, and I've got all my blankets and everything that I need, and I'm 5'7". I fit perfect laying down right like there, and so I think 5'7" and smaller fits in there. I keep my tea warmer up here. This is the warmer that I talk about. If I put my hand on the side, I can feel how warm it gets, and then it will get, as soon as it's too hot to touch, I go ahead and turn it off here, and I unplug. Then you just unplug it from the solar, and yeah. I keep some of my watercolor stuff as well as my film stand right here. I'm coming back here to show you more. Here. I usually don't wear my shoes back here, so my bad. Got a bunch of stuff stuck behind this seat, as well as cleaning materials. I do have some extra painting. This is not bathroom. This is all my watercolor painting and painting equipment and stuff like that. Got a little can here in case of emergencies. I also have my water, some water stored back here, as well as in the front. So, because it's a good idea if you can drink a gallon a day. So I got my distilled water right there. Some cleaning stuff. So this is the seats. I decided to put my seats back in the car for this trip. This is one of the seats, and again, the other seat I have folded down to the bed. And then here, let me move my lights. I brought an emergency heat light, but that's kind of intricate. And just put up my back things. And I do have food stored underneath the top of the seat. Down here, I have food stored there, extra sleeping bag, which we're going to pull out. Don't need it. Haven't needed it yet. There we go. And then, hold on a second. The Honda Element camper version. I did make these, and they're like triple insulated, like fabric, felt on the other side, and this shiny stuff on the inside. Okay, there we go. So I got things adjusted. So I just flipped the blankets up. The blankets I lower them to keep them out of sight, and also to make sure that these don't come open when I'm driving. And so these are all the little cookies and compartments I keep all my stuff inside of. And then I just fold the blanket up over the seat like that. I did hang the heat back light. Haven't even had to use that yet. It is something that you would only turn on to heat it up a little bit and then turn it back off. Of course, you don't want to leave that unattended. I do have a fire extinguisher in here, right back there behind my panels. Here's my panels, right here. I keep fruit, paper towels, and all sorts of extra stuff behind the seat. Back there, and litter stuff, and everything's back underneath there. And then, yeah, so this has been very comfortable. We do have these that don't come with the Honda, but they were given to me. Here, they're racks. These actually brace in between the doors, but I have them up in here because I have my little thing for my extra lighting. Hold on a second. Then I can, if I need it during the night, it might be out. Okay. No, it's not out. I have a light that flashes off the top. I do have this in my sunroof for now. And during the summer times, this is really nice too. But I'll take it out so I can stargaze and stuff like that. And this is where I put up my phone so I can just watch my phone at night. And we're going to cover the rest of the windows. I needed the light to show you, so I'll cover my windows and call it a night. But that's kind of basically the basic setup here that I'm using in the Honda Element. But this one's worked out really well. And again, I guess you can guess where the solar anchor fits, which is at my feet. And underneath the seat is all the controls and stuff. Here's my organizer for all my spices, foods, tons of teas. And I even keep paints in them when I travel, but like I said, I'm still kind of organizing it. I had to get on the road and get going. So, but there is room to tuck things behind the seat on this side if you take your seats with you. These seats do pull out. You don't need to take them with you. That's how I was making enough room for my art and stuff last time, but I probably just made you super dizzy by doing that. I don't know, probably. Anyway, I'm going to go out and spend some time with my friends.